Today, we will learn something new, something different, and a very interesting topic about organizing academic research paper, which is the introduction. But before moving on to our discussion today, I'm happy to announce that we have heard our guest, not just guest, but they are also our source of information about writing an introduction in a research paper. Here they are.
Hi, I'm Teacher Liz at your service. I'm Teacher Shiny.
Thank you for having me, Sir Rio. Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Cecil.
Thank you to our dearest guest. I think our viewers are now ready. So, sit back and relax. Welcome to our first episode of a Research Info with Rio and Friends. Let's talk about writing the introduction in a research paper. The introduction serves the purpose of leading the reader from a general subject area to a field of research. It establishes the context of the research being conducted by summarizing current understanding and background information about the topic, stating the purpose of the work in the form of the hypothesis, question, or research problem, briefly explaining your rationale, methodological approach, highlighting the potential outcomes to your study can reveal, and describing the remaining structure of the paper. Let us hear from our guest some additional information about the research paper introduction. Yes, Teacher Shine, anything you want to add?
Teacher Rio, I would like to share this idea to our viewers. In writing a good introduction, think of the introduction as a mental roadmap that must answer for the reader these 4 questions. First, what was I studying? Second, what was this topic important to investigate? Third, what did you know about this topic before I did this study? And the last one is, how will this study advance our knowledge?
That's correct, Teacher Shine. Good points. I think Mom Liz has something to share. Yes, Mom Liz, it's your turn.
Thank you, Teacher Rio. Aside from what Teacher Shine shared to us, a well-written introduction is important because, quite simply, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. The opening paragraph of your paper will provide readers with initial impressions about the logic of your argument, your writing style, the overall quality of your research, and ultimately, the validity of your findings and conclusions. A brief, organized, or eloquent introduction will create a negative impression, whereas a concise, engaging, and well-written introduction will start the readers of thinking highly of your analytical skills, your writing style, and your research approach.
Very well said, Teacher Liz. At this time, to simply broaden our information about the research introduction, our guest and I will explain about the structure and writing style of the research introduction. Get ready, watch, and learn.
With regards to the structure and approach of writing the introduction, you must understand that the introduction is the broad beginning of the paper that answers 3 important questions for the readers. First, what is this? Second, why am I reading it? Third, what do you want me to think about, consider doing, or react to? Think of the structure of the introduction as an inverted triangle of information. Organize information so as to present the more general aspects of the topic early in the introduction, then narrow toward the more specific topical information that provides context. Finally, arriving at your statement of purpose and rationale, and whenever possible, the potential outcomes your study can reveal. There are also general phases associated with writing an introduction. First, you have to establish an area to research by. It consists of highlighting the importance of the topic, making general statements about the topic, and presenting an overview on current research on the subject. Second, you have to identify a research niche. It is done by opposing an existing assumption, revealing a gap in existing research, formulating a research question or problem, and/or continuing a disciplinary tradition. Third, place your research within the research niche by stating the intent of your study, outlining the key characteristics of your study, describing important results, and last, giving a brief overview of the structure of the paper. Take note. Even though the introduction is the first main section of a research paper, it is often useful to finish the introduction very late in the writing process. It is because the structure of the paper, the reporting and the analysis of results, and the conclusion will have been completed, and it ensures that your introduction matches the overall structure of your paper.
The limitations of the study. The limitations refers to those characteristics that limit the scope and define the conceptual boundaries of your study. This is determined by the conscious exclusionary and inclusionary decisions you make about how to investigate the research problem. In other words, not only should you tell the reader what it is you are studying and why, but you must also acknowledge why you are rejected alternative approaches that could have been used to examine the research problem. Obviously, the first eliminating step was the choice of research problem itself. However, implicit are other related problems that could have been chosen but were rejected. This should be noted in the conclusion of your introduction. Examples of the limiting choices should be: first, the key aims and objectives of your study. Second, the research questions that you address. Third, the variables of interest, the various factors and the features of the phenomenon being studied. Fourth, the method of investigation. And the last, any relevant alternative theoretical frameworks that could have been adopted. Review each of these decisions. You need to not only clearly establish what you intend to accomplish, but to also include a declaration of what the study does not intend to cover. In the latter case, your exclusionary decisions should be based upon criteria stated as not interesting, not directly relevant, too problematic because, not feasible, and the like. Make this reasoning explicit. Take note, the limitations refer to the initial choices made about the broader, overall design of your study and should not be confused with documenting the limitations of your study discovered after the research has been completed. should clearly identify the subject area of interest. A simple strategy to follow is to use keywords from your title in the first few sentences of the introduction. This will help focus the introduction on the topic at the appropriate level and ensures that you get the primary subject matter quickly without losing focus or discussing information that is too general. Second, establish context by providing a brief and balanced review of the pertinent published literature that is available on the subject. The key is to summarize for the reader what is known about the specific research problem before you did your analysis. This part of your introduction should not represent a comprehensive literature review but consist of a general review of the important fundamental research literature with citations that lays a foundation for understanding key elements of the research problem. See the drop-down tab for background information. Third, the types clearly state the hypothesis that you investigated. When you are first learning to write in this format, it is okay and preferable to use a past statement like, the purpose of the study was to, or we investigated 3 possible mechanisms to explain that. Fourth, why did you choose this kind of research study or design? Provide a clear statement of the rationale for your approach to the problem study. This will usually follow your statement of purpose in the last paragraph of the introduction.
Engaging the reader. The overreaching goal of your introduction is to make your readers want to read your paper. The introduction should grab your reader's attention. Strategies for doing this can be 2. First, open with a compelling story. Second, include a strong question or a vivid, perhaps unexpected anecdote. Third, pose a provocative or thought-provoking question. Fourth, describe a puzzling scenario or congruity. Fifth, cite a stirring example or case study that illustrate why the research problem is important. Take note, only choose one strategy for engaging your readers. Avoid giving impression that your paper is more flash than substance. Thank you to our guests for sharing their ideas in writing a research introduction. Today, we have learned a lot about writing a research introduction. We have learned also the structure and writing style of a good introduction. Remember, our dearest viewers, after the title and abstract, the introduction is the next thing your audience will read. So it's vital to begin strongly. The introduction is your opportunity to show readers and reviewers why your research topic is worth reading about and why your paper warrants their attention. The introduction serves multiple purposes. It presents the background to your study, introduces your topic and aims, and gives an overview of the paper. A good introduction will provide a solid foundation and encourage readers to continue to the main part of your paper, the methods, results, and discussion. Once again, my name is Rio, your host for today's episode. Thank you and God bless everyone.